والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين. All praises to Allah. We send peace and salutations upon Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. اللهم إنا نسألك الإخلاص في القول والعمل والنية. Ya Allah, we ask you for sincerity in all our actions, intentions and statements. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Once again, it's the company of the Quran. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to benefit us from this company and to gather us among the people of the Quran, the people of Allah. The hadith Rasulullah sallallahu says, Ahlul Quran hum Ahlullah yuwassat. The people of the Quran are the special people of Allah. So make the niyyah, make the intention to be among the special people of Allah. Beside the thawab that we spoke about previously in many durus like this. I want you to open your kitab inshallah on Suratul Qasas. This is chapter number 20. Surah is page number 388. Surah Al-Qasas, chapter 28, and the verse is verse 23. From verse 23 up, inshallah. Surah Al-Qasas, chapter 28, verse 23. I think it's page 388 in the Quran. Okay? We read together, inshallah. Surah Al-Qasas, verse number 23. Verse 23. Surah Al-Qasas, verse 23. The Quran is here, ya ikhwan. You are welcome to take from the Quran if you want. Yes, وَلَمَّا وَرَدَ مَاءَ مَدْيَنَ. Okay? The story of Sayyidina Musa when he reached Madian. Many lessons in the story, inshallah, today. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولما ورد ماء مدين وجد عليه أمة من الناس يسكون ووجد من دونهم امرأتين تزودان قال ما خطبكما قالتا لا نسقي حتى يصدر الرعاء وأبونا شيخ كبير صدق الله العظيم. Subhanallah, the Quran, if you notice, you'll find that majority of the Quran stories, around 70% of the Quran stories. Stories of prophets, stories of Sahaba, stories of situations, stories of pious people, stories of wicked people. Why? This is called at-tarbiyah bil-qissa, upbringing through stories. There are so many lessons for us in the story that you can pick it up from the story better than if someone just teaches it to you just like that. The story will give you the lesson if you can extract the lesson. Understand, ikhwan? And this in itself is a lesson for us. Not only to study stories of the Anbiya and the Seerah, etc., but also to follow the same way in upbringing our children, the next generations, even those who are in the field of da'wah, etc., to use the examples and the stories of the Sahaba and the Tabi'een and the Anbiya in the way you preach. It's very, very effective. Understand, ya? طيب. Here it's speaking about the story of Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam when he came out of Egypt the first time. He went out of Egypt twice. First time when he, by mistake, he killed a person, he killed an Egyptian man by mistake, and then he escaped from the Egyptians and he came towards Madian, this one that we're talking about today. And then the second exit of Egypt, when he came with Israel out of Egypt. Okay? But the first one, he went alone out of Egypt. And at that time, he didn't know yet that he's a Nabi, that he's a prophet. So he escaped from them and he went towards Madian. Where is Madian now? Who knows? Madian? Madian is a town now in the north of Saudi Arabia. It's between Saudi Arabia and Palestine. The whole area is called Tabuk now. It's called Tabuk area, where the Battle of Tabuk took place. That's the area. But the city itself, or the village itself, now the name changed from Madian to Al-Buda. It's called Al-Buda. The current village now, it's called Al-Buda in Saudi Arabia. So it belongs to Saudi Arabia, right? Sayyidina Musa came out of Egypt from Goshen. The capital of Egypt at that time was in Goshen, where I was born, by the way, right? And then he moved from there towards Madian, around 300 kilometers. He went on foot around 300 kilometers, crossed the Sinai Peninsula, and went to Madian in the north of Saudi. And at that time there was a Suez Canal, so that the whole area was open. Anyone could go from between Africa and Asia easy, because there was no natural barriers. So there was no canal, nothing. It can go through, no problem at all. It was open for everybody. Understand? The same route that Sayyidina Nas took to conquer Egypt. So then, when he went towards Madian, the verse said, وَلَمَّا وَرَدَ مَاءَ مَدْيَنَ. When he reached the water well of Madian. Ma means water. Literally, ma means water. وَلَمَّا وَرَدَ مَاءَ مَدْيَنَ. Certain towns and villages in the past, the water wells are outside, not inside the areas where they are living. It's outside, so they go fill water from outside and come in. They irrigate their flocks and their sheep and whatever, and they come in the city. So the water wells are always outside. So he reached to the water wells of Madian. وَلَمَّا وَرَدَ مَاءَ مَدْيَنَ وَجَدَ عَلَيْهِ أُمَّةً مِنَ النَّاسِ يَسْقُونَ. He found some groups of people giving water to their flocks. Yasqun means they give water. They were giving water to their flocks of sheep, animals, etc. They were grazing sheep, basically. That was the main thing during that time. وَوَجَدَ مِن دُونِهِمُ امْرَأَتَيْنِ تَزُودَانِ. He found two women. Quran says, found two young women. They they were blocking their flocks from coming and mixing with the flocks of the males. So he noticed the situation from far. A group of male shepherds, they are in congestion to give water to their flocks from the water well. On the other hand, there were two girls on the side. They trying to push away the flocks so that it doesn't mix and they don't intermingle with the men, and they were waiting somehow. Sayyidina Musa, from far, he realized there is a problem. From far, he realized there's an issue. Why those girls, they are waiting and waiting and waiting, even though it's their turn, but they didn't go to give water to their flocks. What are they waiting for? So immediately Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam, noticing the situation, he took a positive step. This is the first lesson, by the way. The first lesson is, be positive whenever you discover there is an issue. There is an issue, there is something that's happening that's wrong, or you feel that there is some kind of injustice or some kind of someone is suffering here. Who's going to be for it if not the Muslim? If not the mu'min? If not the Khalifa of Allah on earth? Sayyidina Musa immediately took a step. He went to them. The verse says, قَالَ مَا خَطْبُكُمَا. When he reached there, he said, what's the matter? When he reached to the girls, قَالَ مَا خَطْبُكُمَا. Literally, مَا خَطْبُكُمَا means what's the matter? What's the issue? He wants to understand why they're not giving water to their flocks. So look at the words Sayyidina Musa mentioned. He spoke to them in a very formal way, and this is the second lesson. Sayyidina Musa didn't start chit-chatting with them. Hi guys, what's your name? Right? See my muscles, how I'm so strong. He didn't speak like that. He came to them and to the point, with modesty. قَالَ مَا خَطْبُكُمَا. What's the matter? Look at their response to him. Their response to him. قَالَتَا. They said, both of them said, لا نسقي حتى يصدر الرعاء وأبونا شيخ كبير. We cannot give water to our flocks of sheep until those shepherds finished and go away. And our father is an old man. Look at their answer was a complete sentence that have everything. A complete sentence that there is no need for him to ask any other questions. For example, what's the matter? Wallahi, we are here waiting for our turn. Why turn? Why don't you give now? No, we have to wait for the shepherds. And why don't you go and give water now? No, we can't because we don't want to intermingle with the shepherds. And where they don't have any family, anybody to come in to help you? No, our father is an old man, we can't. So they didn't allow chit-chatting. This to teach the women when they talk to men to speak in a formal way and to also not allow a continuous chatting where some people go first to open a discussion and open a chit-chat with girls, etc. That's not in Islam. In Islam, فلا تخضعن بالقول ولا تخضعن بالقول فيطمع الذي في قلبه مرض. Don't use any word, any language that will be misinterpreted by males or vice versa. So keep it simple and short and to the form. So to the point. Sorry. So he said, when he asked them the question, they responded back and they said, لا نسقي حتى يصدر الرعاء وأبونا شيخ كبير. He couldn't ask more questions. He just went and helped them. He just went and started to give water to the flocks by himself. Took a positive position. Sayyidina Musa took a positive position to go and to settle the issue without waiting for them to, no, I know now there is a situation, I'm taking the lead to help. I'm not going to wait there. Someone on the road, he didn't tell me I must stop to help him. No, Muslim, you're supposed to stop and help without anybody asking you for help. You saw a situation that needs help, I'm going to help even if help is not requested from you. So it says, when she said that, when they told him that Abuna Shaykhun Kabir, our father is an old man, he immediately started to do ma'roof to them, do some good to them. فَسَقَى لَهُمَا. The first said, فَسَقَى لَهُمَا. Immediately he helped them to give water to their flocks. He took the flocks and he entered in the congestion, etc. and the story. Understand? فَسَقَى لَهُمَا. After فَسَقَى لَهُمَا, literally فَسَقَى لَهُمَا means he gave water to the flocks. ثُمَّ تَوَلَّى إِلَى الظِّلِّ. He gave water and then he went under the shade. How many great men live under the shade? How many great people and great personality, maybe they're not known at all, but they live under the shade. They do khair and they don't mention it even. They do good and they just hide immediately. They don't care. Whether people mention them, they don't mention them, I don't care. It's عند الله. إنما نطعمكم لوجه الله لا نريد منكم جزاء ولا شكورا. He did the good and he didn't do it after. He could have done like this. You see how I'm so strong, I helped you. Won't you give me anything now? Some money? I'm very, very hungry, I'm coming from Egypt, He didn't say that. He did it for Allah. So he did not seek any help from them at all. He didn't even ask them for reward. He went under the shade immediately. The great people, they do that. The great personalities, they do that. They do good and they move on with their life. They don't care whether people praise them, they don't praise them, they don't care. فَسَقَى لَهُمَا ثُمَّ تَوَلَّى إِلَى الظِّلِّ. See, as you read it, the understandings come, the reflections come to your mind. فَسَقَى لَهُمَا ثُمَّ تَوَلَّى إِلَى الظِّلِّ. فَسَقَى لَهُمَا ثُمَّ تَوَلَّى إِلَى الظِّلِّ. He did the good and quickly. ثُمَّ تَوَلَّى إِلَى الظِّلِّ. Quickly he went under the shade. He didn't care about anything at all. ثُمَّ تَوَلَّى إِلَى الظِّلِّ. Understand? فَقَالَ. There in the shade, under the shade of a tree. Remember, he was hungry, he was homeless, he didn't have a home at that time. He came out of Egypt, now no home, no job, and probably no water. His water finished, right? So he was like extremely miskin. But he did the good and didn't expect anything and went under the shade. When he went under the shade, he said something. He started to call unto Allah. Do good, don't ask people, ask Allah. That's what Sayyidina Musa did. He did the good, and he could have said to them, give me water. They could have helped him, or give me food. I'm hungry. But he didn't. He asked Allah. Some people, they turn to ask people first before they ask Allah. It should be the other way around. Ask Allah first before you ask people. The Prophet ﷺ said, إِنِ اسْتَطَعْتَ أَنْ لَا تَسْأَلِ النَّاسَ شَيْئًا فَافْعَلْ. If you are able not to ask people for anything, do so. Of course, it's difficult. But if you are able not to ask anybody to give you water, you go stand up and get the water and come back. If you are able to do that, do it. If you aren't, then at least ask Allah first. Ask Allah for anything and for everything. Depend upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sayyidina Musa, after he helped them, he did not ask them for any help or ma'ruf, etc. In return, immediately he went under the shade and asked Allah. Okay? So when the lesson is, the third lesson, ask Allah before you ask people. Fourth lesson, especially after doing good, turn to ask Allah. Why? Why, ya ikhwan? Because when you do good and you ask Allah, the dua is mustajab. The dua is accepted. Why? You already introduced some good deed. Sayyidina Musa had so much of trust in Allah that he did good and he called unto Allah and he knew that Allah will support. He had good expectation of Allah. My Rabb will help me, will give me something. Because I'm doing it for Allah, not for them, for Allah. So when you accomplish salah, you finish salah, you finish Quran, you take care of some poor person here, there, this is the best time for dua. Sayyidina Ibrahim, after he finished building the Kaaba, they started calling unto Allah Azza wa Jal. Rabbana taqabbal minna. They called unto Allah, right? And even the salah in our prayer, when we stand up we recite Fatiha, and in ruku' we recite tasbih, in sujood we recite tasbih. At the end, when we want to sit down to tahiyyat, greeting for Allah, we make dua to Allah. And after salah, we make dua to Allah. You already accomplished something good. You introduce tasbih, takbir, Quran, etc. Now you call unto Allah, your dua is mustajab. The Prophet said, Dawu mardakum bis-sadaqah. Cure the sick through sadaqah. So you give charity, Ya Allah, cure my sick people through the sadaqah. Allah cure it for you. Allah cure that person because. And the son, so learn this. Some people, they go on purpose. So I'm looking for a job. Let me give sadaqah. I have hope that Allah Azza wa Jal will facilitate my matter because of that good that I'm doing. Do good, and this is a secret key to success. You do some good deeds and you ask Allah through the barakah of the good deed. And this is highly accepted in Islam. It's called at-tawassul bil-amal al-salih. Seeking the wasila, the mean of acceptance through that good deed that you did. Whatever it is. Whether it's rahim, joining family ties, whether it's buying a gift to your mother, whatever it is, and then you ask Allah through that, Ya Rabb, I'm looking for, Ya Allah, make my business prosperous. Ya Allah, give me this and this and that. Allah, to you because of the barakah of the good. Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam did that and asked Allah. What did he say? فَسَقَّ لَهُمَا ثُمَّ تَوَلَّى إِلَى الظِّلِّ فَقَالَ. He said, رَبِّ إِنِّي لِمَا أَنزَلْتَ إِلَيَّ مِنْ خَيْرٍ فَقِيرٍ. My Lord, though you have bestowed lots of blessings upon me, I am still poor. I'm in need of you. I'm in need of you, Ya Allah. In this situation, I am poor. I'm in need of you. Understand? Remember, he grew up in the house of the Pharaoh and he was living a luxurious life, etc., etc. Now he missed everything, he lost everything. He is a miskin. So when he went under the shade, he said, Rabbi inni lima anzalta ilayya min khayrin faqir. Ya Allah, I'm in need of any good that you do to me. I'm in this situation, I need you. Understand, ya Allah? There is a lesson here. What is this lesson? The first lesson? The lesson of iftiqar ila Allah. It's called iftiqar ila Allah. What's iftiqar? You feel that you are poor, even if you have everything. If I belong to Allah and without Allah, I can't do it. I can't prosper. Without Allah, even if you have everything, I have a beautiful house, I have a beautiful car, I have family, I have everything, I have position, I have everything. But you have to show your iftiqar to Allah. I am in need of you, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, without you, I can't prosper. I can't do anything. I can't push any evil away from me. You break yourself to Allah, you rise. You break yourself, you rise, and vice versa. You think, me, myself, I, that's where you're going to drop down. Shaitan is an example, and Adam alayhi salam is an example. Shaitan, he was so proud of himself, and then he fell down. Qarun was so proud of himself, he was got destroyed. Fir'aun was so proud of himself, got destroyed. And those who humble to Allah, Allah raised them. Sayyidina Musa is an example of iftiqar to Allah. He said, Ya Rabbi, I'm in need of you. Now remember, Sayyidina Musa at that time, he was so powerful. Some narrations spoke about Sayyidina Musa that he was so strong in physical strength. We're talking about body build. But this is Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam, so strong physically. One of the strongest Anbiya, Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam. But yet he said, Ya Rab, I'm in need of you. I'm in need of any good that you do to me. He showed his iftiqar to Allah. Even though he didn't know yet that he's a Nabi, but he showed his iftiqar to Allah. And maybe this iftiqar to Allah and these manners that Allah knew to be a prophet because of what Allah saw of him. Understand, Yahman? So it said, also listen from the dua of Sayyidina Musa. Rabbi, he said, Rabbi. Spoke about this before, if you remember. Said, really in most of the du'as of the Quran, almost 99% of the du'as of the Quran, you will find it's either the one who's making the dua is either using Rabbi or Rabbana. ربنا تقبل منا إنك السميع العليم رب إني لما أنزلت إلي من خير فقير رب إني مغلوب فانتصر. So many examples of the Quran. Rabbi or Rabbana. What is the difference between Rabbi and Ya Rab? You won't find Ya Rab. You will find Rabbi or Rabbana. I'm not saying that this is haram. It's not haram to use Ya Rab or Ya Allah or Ya Rahman. But normally Ya للمنادى البعيد. We use Ya for when you call upon someone who's far. Ya Ibrahim, Ya Ibrahim, like that. Ya Muhammad, Ya Muhammad. Oh Ibrahim, it's far, so you call Ya so to hear you. Understand? But when someone is close, straight. Rabbi, my Lord. Allah is close. Rabbi, my Lord. And you feel your relationship with Allah. The close relationship. Rabbi, Rabbana. رب إني أسكنت من ذريتي بواد غير ذي زرع عند بيتك المكرم بيتك المحرم. Try it, يا I want you to try this in your dua. When you call Allah, use Rabbi, Rabbi, Rabbana, like that. So beautiful. Feels your strong relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Understand, ya And with what happens with Allah if you want to call upon Allah using the word Allah? Allahumma. Allahumma. And say, Ya Allah. You can still say, but the proper way is Allahumma. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-huda wal-tuqa wal-afafa wal-ghina. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-jannata wa a'udhu bika min al-nar. Allahumma anta rabbi la ilaha illa anta khalaqtani wa ana abduk. See the du'as of the Prophet ﷺ? Mostly also it has Allahumma or Rabbi or Rabbana. Close relationship with Allah. Feel it. Feel it when you call unto Allah. You said, Rabbi, my Lord, so Allah is so close from you. Inni lima anzalta ilayya min khayrin faqir. Though you have bestowed lots of blessings upon me, I'm acknowledging the blessings, but I'm still in need of you, Ya Rab. I'm in need of any good that you give me in this situation. This dua, it's prescribed why Allah mentioned the dua of Sayyidina Musa here? Because Allah loved it so much that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kept it for the generations to come to use it. Use it in what? If you are in the same poor situation like Sayyidina Musa, use the dua of Sayyidina Musa. If you are in the same situation where you don't find a job, use the dua of Sayyidina Musa. If you are in the same situation you can't find a wife, use the dua of Sayyidina Musa. If you're in the same situation you don't have a house, use the dua of Sayyidina Musa. Rabbi inni lima anzalta ilayya min khayrin faqir. I know, Ya Rabb, that you have put lots of blessings upon me. I have a job, I have a car, I have this, I have that, but I don't have a house. I don't have a house. I'm living in rent, Ya Rabb. Rabbi inni lima anzalta ilayya min khayrin faqir. I need you. Use this dua when you want enrichment from Allah. And it's a very short one. What happened when he called unto Allah like this and showed his iftiqar to Allah? The answer came after. فَجَاءَتْهُ إِحْدَاهُمَا تَمْشِي عَلَى اسْتِحْيَاءٍ. The verse says, one of them came. تَمْشِي عَلَى اسْتِحْيَاءٍ. Walking with complete modesty. The literal translation, تَمْشِي عَلَى اسْتِحْيَاءٍ. Walking on top of modesty. The literal translation, translated literally, تمشي على استحياء. يعني the haya is down there on the ground, the modesty is down, shyness is down, and she's walking on top of it. Sheikh Sha'rawi rahimahullah is telling when he was explaining that, one of the great mufassirin of Egypt rahimahullah, we used to listen to him every Friday after the Jum'ah. He got his Tafsir class. So Sheikh Sha'rawi used to say, I still remember he was talking about this, he said the Arabic is so beautiful that Allah I use the Arabic language, you have to say تمشي على استحياء, as if the haya, the modesty. She was so modest, she was filled with modesty, that her modesty flooded out of her and fell down in front of her and she walked on it. You see, like the modesty was, she was filled with shyness and modesty, that her haya fell down in front of her and she walked on it. She was so shy when she was coming to Musa alayhi salam to call him to meet her father. She came to call him to meet the father. فَجَاءَتْهُ إِحْدَاهُمَا تَمْشِي عَلَى اسْتِحْيَاءٍ. When she's coming to talk, we need to teach our daughters. If you talk to male, talk with complete haya and modesty and formality. تمشي على استحياء. قالت, now look at what she said to him. Also another lesson. قالت إن أبي يدعوك ليجزيك أجر ما سقيت لنا. So what is it? My father is calling you to give you reward for what you did to us by giving water to the flocks. Again, she did not leave a room for him to open any discussion. My father is calling you. Why? To give you ajr reward for what you did to us earlier. Another scenario didn't happen, but another scenario she could say, hey you guy, hey you there, you the one who helped us in the morning? Yes, I am. All right, my father is calling me. Why your father is calling me? He's calling you so that to give you some reward. For what? Because you helped us in the morning. You see this movie, it didn't take place. It didn't take place. Right? No, it's just simple and easy. Shortcut. Our father is calling you to give you reward for what you did to us. Simple and that's it. No other discussions took place. Formality in the way women and men talk. جاءت إحداهما تمشي على استحياء قالت إن أبي يدعوك ليجزيك أجر ما سقيت لنا. The continuation of the same verse. فلما جاءه, no unnecessary details. The scene changes immediately. The scene, she is there with him, calling him to meet with the father. In the same verse, and when he came to the father, he said to him his story. Simple and easy. The transition of scenes in the Quran is amazing. The transition of scenes in the Quran is amazing. It's a miracle, really. It's a miraculous. Especially to those who read previous books. If you read the Bible, if you read the Gospel, Torah, you will see plenty of unnecessary details. And he came there, and he walked on the road. And when he was walking on the road, he saw some fly there on the road, and he killed the fly. And then he was... You don't find this in the Quran. Quran is just simple and to the point. What you will benefit from, you will find. No unnecessary details. You might find some of these details mentioned in the Surah books. What happened when he came to her? So some narrations mention that when she came to him, and he told her, and she told him that the father is calling. So he said to her, all right, let's go. So he went with her, but then she was walking in front. Why? To show him the road. So if he walked behind, he will see her legs as the wind was coming, so he see some of her legs. So he didn't accept that. The narration said, he told her to walk behind him, not in front of him. And he walked in front. And then she when she wants him to move right or left, she'll get to hold some pebbles. If you want him to go right, she'll throw a pebble on the right side. If you want to go left, she will throw a pebble on the left side. Why? To guide him to the directions. Without talking. Without even talking to him. You see, the modesty of the girl. Her modesty was so amazing. This is mentioned in the Surah, not in the Quran. But some of the details that are mentioned, that shows how our girls should behave also with men. Now we're going up the stairs. Who's supposed to go first up the stairs? Not the woman. We two, men and women. Who's supposed to go first? Not, of course, not the woman. So ladies first. No, not ladies first. You go first. You go first. Ladies first, and then you go behind and look at her. No, she goes first. He goes first, and then she comes last. Understand? We learn these lessons from the Surah, from the Quran. Haya, modesty. Our children need to learn this from young age. Understand, ya friend? تمشي على استحياء قالت إن أبي فلما جاءه. The next scene said, فَلَمَّا جَاءَهُ وَقَصَّ عَلَيْهِ الْقَصَصِ. When he came there, and he related the story to him. He told that person, that pious person, the story. Now who was that pious person? Some Mufassirin said it's Sayyidina Shu'aib. Some Mufassirin said it's Sayyidina Shu'aib. But there's no authentic proof to say that it's Sayyidina Shu'aib. So there's no hadith or something saying that is the daughters of Sayyidina Shu'aib were those girls, etc. Allahu A'lam. Could be, but we're not negating that nor approving that. Right? What appears that he was a pious man. The Quran told that he was a pious man. And the girls also were pious. طيب. فلما جاءه وقص عليه القصص قال لا تخف نجوت من القوم الظالمين. The first thing that the pious servant said when he heard the story of Sayyidina Musa, he comforted his heart. He comforted the heart of Sayyidina Musa. When someone comes to you to relate to you a story and he's stressed, comfort him first. Before you tell him, go somewhere else, maybe they're going to come chase you and I'm going to be in trouble. No, he comforted him. لا تخف, don't worry, don't panic. Inshallah, you're saved from the oppressing people. Don't worry. You understand? So comforting the people sometimes, it is not necessarily that you're going to give him money. You can comfort the people by your tongue. Your tongue can comfort the people. Your hug can comfort the people. And people won't forget this for you. When you comfort them, especially at the time of stress, they will never forget this for you. You were the one who helped them at that time when they needed help. Understand? And this is highly rewarded by Allah, called Jabrul Khatir, comforting the broken hearts. See, someone's heart is broken, is tired, is sick, he's in debt, he's in this, and you, don't worry, I'm here for you. I'm going to help you with that. And you help him with that. You can't imagine how great amal you did by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Understand? So this is what Al-Abd al-Salih did. He said, لا تخف نجوت من القوم الظالمين. So the first thing he did, he comforted him. Now, the scene changes. The scene changes, he's still there. He entered inside perhaps. But look at the dua of Sayyidina Musa. Here is the istijabah is coming. The answer is coming. That Sayyidina Musa, as soon as he finished the dua, in the same day, he got a house. In the same day, he got a wife. In the same day, he got a shelter, he got a job, he got everything. It's amazing dua. As soon as he realized, as soon as the father realized that this is a pious man, and he was talking to the daughters privately, قالت إحداهما, and it looks like it was the same one who came to him. It was the same one who was talking with modesty, etc. قالت إحداهما يا أبت استأجره. My father, hire this man. Hire this man. Why? إن خير من استأجرت القوي الأمين. The best one to hire is that one who's strong, who's fit for the mission, strong for the mission, good for the mission, skillful, al-amin, honest. He is skillful and honest. How did she know that he's strong and honest? How did she know that? No, she saw him how he was helping when he was giving water to the flocks. So she knew he's strong, the strong man. He knows how to do the job. Right? Al-Amin, he was honest. He never tried to look at her or to chit-chat with her or anything. No, he was Amin. He was honest, and he was walking in front behind her. So she knew that he's Amin. So she suggested him to the father. One of the main problems of the Ummah today is that the people of authority are not Al-Qawiyul Amin. They are not Al-Qawiyul Amin. They don't deserve the position. One of the main problems that we have, the Ummah is having in many fields, is that the one on top, from the president or the king down, is not Al-Qawiyul Amin. That's why the Ummah is suffering. The leaders, we have a problem of leadership. And those who are in authority, whether they are the puppets of the West or whatever they also make sure to choose the one down, those under them, also not Al-Qawiyul Amin. Not Al-Qawiyul Amin. The Qawiyul Amin amongst them. They want only corrupted people under them. That's the problem that the Ummah is facing now. Because there's no Al-Qawiyul Amin in the... When you want to choose someone and you are in a position, choose always Al-Qawiyul Amin. What are the criteria for choosing someone to be in a position or for a job or for something? Qawi, not Qawi physically. No, Qawi, he got the skill. He can do the job. Maybe he doesn't have a certificate, but he can do the job 100%. The West understand that. Sometimes I've seen some universities, they get someone to lecture to the students even though he doesn't have a professor degree. They get him while he knows how to teach that. He got some information that the professor doesn't have. They'll get this one. And he might be leading a company or something while he doesn't have a metric. He's skillful. He knows how to do the job 100% better than many other people. And Amin honest. He's honest. He's not going to steal. He's not going. One of the problems that this country is suffering also the problem of honesty. Correct? We're talking about the positions. So that's a problem. When Al-Qawi Al-Amin is ignored in any field, the Ummah suffers. The Ummah is in trouble. Understand, Yahweh? Al-Qawi Al-Amin. So this is the criteria for position or for job, etc. إِنَّ مَنِ اسْتَأْجَرْتَ الْقَوِيُّ الْأَمِينَ. طيب, when she said that, already the father heard the opinion of the daughter about the man. He is collecting information and he talked to him. Right? He saw in him a chance for a good husband. He saw in him a chance for a good husband to his daughter. Do you understand, Yahweh? Someone who's a believer like him, and at that time they were ready to find believers. He believes in Allah. Secondly, he's strong. Thirdly, he's honest. This is the one who's going to protect my daughter. When you see this one in front of you, this is gold, a golden opportunity for you. There is no problem at all to approach this person for your daughter. Let us come out of this mentality of no, he must come. You can come to him. Look at the Sahaba of Rasulullah, the companions of Rasulullah, they had daughters. They go to Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, my daughter, do you have any need to marry my daughter, Ya Rasulullah? They wish to make nasab with Rasulullah. And if Rasulullah didn't have any interest in her, they will go to other Sahaba. My daughter now is a grown-up girl, mature, and they speak to a certain Sahabi. Do you have any need to marry my daughter? Like that. If you see a pious person, why not help him to marry? Approach him. Sayyidah Khadija approached Rasulullah for marriage. Sayyidah Khadija, the first wife of Rasulullah. She was the one who approached Rasulullah for marriage. So if you find someone who's alhamdulillah, deen is there, akhlaq is there, and good future for him, inshallah, is coming, this is the one. This is the one. Build, get him, and bismillah. And sometimes that person is shy or is afraid to talk, afraid to say, maybe they're going to refuse me. He needs someone to encourage him. And he's the right one. He's the right one for your daughter. Keep this in mind. Ya ikhwa, houses are filled with daughters who are unmarried. Houses are filled with daughters who are unmarried. And many of the parents are not doing their duties. They're waiting and the daughters become 30 and 35, etc. And what are you doing? What are we doing? We need to make sure that our daughters are married also. We don't want them to stay all their life like that. Make the halal easy. You don't want your daughter to go outside, look for a husband. No, we check that. We check and we tell the people around and our friends and that I have a daughter, she's in the age. If you have someone who's fit, who's good, maybe you can recommend him to us or recommend us to him. Like that. We talk, we do our duty towards our daughter. And this is what this pious man did. He immediately approached Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam. What did he say? The verse said, قال إني أريد أن أنكحك إحدى ابنتي هاتين. He said, I want you to choose one of my daughters for you to marry. I am desiring for you that you marry one of my daughters. And on the other side, you're going to work for me for 8 years. And if you could continue 10 years, it's from your generosity. So you're going to work for me for 10 years, I'm going to marry you one of my daughters. You choose one of them and marry her. You see how the clever father did? He got him to do a job for him and to marry him to his daughter. He helped him with a job. He didn't have a job. He helped him with a job, food, house, and a wife. Until the See the smart people, the pious people. We're not better than those people, of course. We're not better than Anbiya. Right? So Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam accepted that. So he said, قال إني أريد أن أنكحك أحد ابنتي هاتين. Now, we reach to that, we will stop here, but look at the plan for Sayyidina Musa. When Allah Azza wa Jal wanted Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam to marry, Allah Azza wa Jal took him out of Egypt to go to Madian, 300 kilometers to go meet with his fit, the one who's going to strive with him to establish the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A daughter of a pious man who was filled with haya. She was filled with modesty. And she was the one to marry a prophet. Allah prepared that for you. Sometimes Allah will direct you, ikhwan. Sometimes you go into this side and you find Allah taking you to this side. The taqdeer of Allah is better for you. Trust Allah. I was going here, I was studying all my life to become an engineer, and then Allah Azza wa Jal put you in the way of da'wah. Allah put you in a different field, a completely different field, for a reason. Allah, trust the plan of Allah for you. And if you see, and try to pick it up. Try to pick up how Allah is directing you. How Allah is directing you in the path. Allah is opening for you doors here. Allah is opening for you doors here. Doors of khair. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. And move on the steps that Allah is making for you. And the Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam. Later on she will walk with him and she will move with him in Sinai Peninsula. And then the situation will happen when Sayyidina Musa will be talking to Allah Azza wa Jalla, the full story. But I learned just half a page. Many of the lessons we learn today in just half a page. That's when we reflect, when we read the Quran and ask ourselves after every verse, what did this verse benefit me today? Can I learn anything from this verse? And you read it again. I didn't pick up the lesson. Let me read it again. قالت إحداهما يا أبت استأجر إن خير من استأجرت القوي الأمين. The daughter gave an advice to her father, and the father accepted the advice of the daughter. Some of us, if the daughter come and advise you, say, it's not your business, how dare you? Some will say like that to the girl. You're not polite, how come you speak like this about a boy? How can you? No. See, I didn't prepare this lesson. But as I'm reading, the lesson just came to my mind. If we are in the same situation, some of us will say, oh, you're talking about this man. No, this is not your business. You leave this to me. You just sit and relax there. I am the man. I know who can do the job or who can't do the job. Some people will do that. They don't allow their children to speak at all. This is another lesson also. That don't be a dictator in your house. Sometimes the man, he doesn't allow the wife to talk. He doesn't allow the children to talk. He doesn't allow anyone to talk. Only me, only my opinion, and you have to obey me. But here it shows that no, in the house of this pious man, he allowed them to speak and to take mashura from them. That's how she spoke frankly and advised her father. And the father also accepted the advice from her and say, no, I am older than you, I understand better than you. Listen for us. If you read like this, you will come to so many lessons from the ayat of Allah. Allah, you can read the verse again and again and again. And each time you read it, you can come with a lesson. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us the understanding and to make us among al-alimin, al-amilin, al-mukhlasin. Allahumma ij'alna min ahli al-Qur'an alladhina hum ahlu Allah wa khasatuh. Allahumma arhamna bil-Qur'an al-azim waj'alhu lana hudan wa rahmatan wa nuran wa shifaan ya rabb al-alamin wa dhakkirna minhu ma nussina wa 'allimna minhu ma yanfa'una ya akram al-akramin wahshurna bi zumrat ash-shuhada was-siddiqin was-salihin wa hasuna ulaika rafiqa wal 'asri innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa 'amilus salihat wa tawasaw bil haqqi wa tawasaw bis sabr. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdik nashhadu an la ilaha illa أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. جزيتم خيرا.